I'm going to start this video out kind of the same way that I started the one out a couple of weeks ago. I love trucks. Because you're here, I'm pretty sure that you do also. Ever stop and think about why? That's what we're going to talk about today. Hey everyone, it's Josh at Kenworth of Richfield, and I'm back this week with another video, and we're going to talk about why we love trucks, specifically ones with that nameplate on them. But in this, I have a job for you guys. Now, social media is kind of a mixed bag of good and bad, but one of the greatest things about social media is its ability to bring people together. And that's what I want to do with this video, is we all love trucks. There's a ton of reasons why. What I want to do is I want to get your reasons why. I want to hear your reasons why. So what I'm asking is create a short clip. We've all got a cell phone. Record a short clip, whether you put it to YouTube, whether you put it on Facebook, whether you tag us on Instagram, any one of those. Just make sure that we get to see it here, because I want to get some of those clips. I want to gather them up. And in the next coming weeks, I'd like to put something together that really explains why we all love trucks as a community. Because I think we're going to find that we've all got a lot in common besides just like the Kenworth nameplate. So do me a favor, make sure you do that. Put links in the comments. As I said, whether you put it on Facebook, tag us there. Whether you put it on Instagram, tag us there. Those are the main three platforms that we use. Let's see what we can come up with. So, without further ado, should we do some B-roll and then, yeah, we'll do that. At the risk of sounding like Dr. Seuss, big or small, trucks do it all. Just because it's smaller doesn't mean it's not heavy duty. Maybe you like to stick with the classics that just work every day. Maybe you just need something that's a little bit flashy. Maybe you're in it for the long haul. Maybe you just need to take a dump. This is one subject that I want to get out of the way early because I think some of you might be a little sensitive on this. Size matters, especially on the road. But the one thing that I find great out there is this little T270. It's got like a 152-inch wheelbase. Once again, it's a T270. It's not a heavy chassis by any means. This truck still goes down the road. It feels big, it feels commanding. When I drive to work in my car, and then I get in something like this, it's just a whole different planet. Like I said, it feels commanding. I feel empowered. It's just great to kind of own the road. Now, go all the way to the other end of the line where I've got that 6-axle T880. That's just a whole nother sport altogether. But even in a 270, you know you've got command of the road. Just Feels good to get out there. So let's say you're a guy that's out over the road. And I know that T800 there is just a day cab, but you can get that in a sleeper too. So let's talk about these three here. These three trucks do the same job, but have totally different personalities. And to me, that's one of the great things about this industry as a whole, is that it allows everyone to have their personality with it. You more of a classic old school guy? Yeah, you can show off that way. You the guy that likes shiny but also likes new technology? Well, this is definitely the way to go there. If you just want to cut through the air as smooth as possible, bring home as much money as you can, still look good doing it, the T680's there for you. Either way, all of these trucks have a personality all their own. And if I grabbed the white T680 that I have just sitting over there, that would be a totally different truck than this green one. And you know what? The specs are almost identical. Personality. We've all got one. This is the canvas where we show it. Makes it kind of fun. So one of the other things that makes this industry great, diversity. With the trucks, with the people, with everything. I mean, it doesn't get much more different than a long haul T680 and a 6-axle T880 dump truck. And if you look at the drivers of them, in a lot of cases they're very different also. But they still like the truck. The same but different? I'm buying that. And since we're talking about diversity, let's look at two trucks that handle the same exact job. The person that's going to get out of this one is different than the person that's going to get out of that one. Different mindsets, different things that they're working on, different things that they care about. You want to make a statement? This is the way to do it. You want to get down the road and be slippery? Still make a pretty strong statement? It's a way to do it too. They say very different things though, and to me that's one of the unique parts about it. If you just think about it for a second, who's going to get out of this truck? Who's going to get out of that truck? The people you're picturing getting out of these are probably different. That's something that makes this industry great. The fact that these two trucks do the same job and themselves are so different, that makes it pretty cool too. Every single one of these trucks here, I mean, they're so different. The fact that I go from a single axle T270 to a 6-axle T880. I like them all. I want to drive them all. I have driven them all, and I've had fun in them all. But really, every single one of these trucks, I love. So why is that? What makes me want to do that? What makes me want to drive or even just to look at and admire each one of these trucks? There's so many pieces to that, and I think for many of us, it starts when we're younger. I got my first bicycle when I was a kid. Couldn't stop me. I was all over the place. It was that freedom. It wasn't exactly the open road when I was 8. In the same sense, it was that freedom to go further, faster than I ever had before. When you're in any one of these out on that open road or even in town, there's that freedom. That's a great feeling. Whenever you're driving a truck, there's that feeling of accomplishment. There's that feeling of hard work. You know something's getting done. That's probably why so many of us get frustrated when we're sitting in traffic. But really, if your wheels are turning, you know that something's getting done. It sounds weird, but I almost want to equate it to mowing the lawn. Because you know how when you look over at the side of the yard that you've already mowed, you're like, yeah, I've gotten that done. When you look at that odometer and see how many miles you've put behind you, how many miles you've put under your wheels, it's a feeling of accomplishment. It's a feeling of knowing you're getting something done. It's different than mowing the lawn. It's different than stacking wood. But the numbers add up. Anytime you can feel accomplished, it's a great thing. These are just the tools that help us do that. What's interesting is you can also stand out from the crowd and show your accomplishments over the years. A truck like this is definitely set up to do that. Anytime you see chrome, it's usually tied in with success. It's funny how we make that association, but that's exactly how it goes. A truck like this says, yeah, I've put in my effort. I've gotten the accomplishments. Now I get to enjoy the shiny bits. What's also funny in that, though, is it also shows that someone doesn't just sit back and rest on their laurels. They don't look at the accomplishments of the past. You don't keep something this shiny without keeping after it. One thing that I love about trucks that happens when I'm behind the wheel is there's a feeling of responsibility, and it's something that I don't think enough people necessarily take seriously. When you look at the number of people that you're around every day, you're in something that's 80,000 pounds, they're in something that's 4,000 pounds. Vehicle technologies have come so far, and that's a great thing. But nothing will ever replace feeling responsible for every action you have and minimizing those risks. To me, it's something that I take very seriously, and I take a lot of pride in the fact that when I'm going down the road, that's the only thing that's got my attention. Just something to think about. As someone who loves just anything with wheels, even as a kid, when I saw a truck coming down the road, I was able to appreciate the skill that it took to do that. Anyone that gets behind the wheel of any one of these, there's skill there. Whether it's manual, whether it's automatic, whether it's a short wheelbase T270, a 6-axle, maybe you're even running heavy. There's a skill set there. And anytime you get to show off your skills to that many people, well, unless you're a sports star, that's not many opportunities to do that. I've always known the amount of skill that it takes to operate one of these. It's always impressed me. It's one of the other reasons why I like trucks. You get the reason to show off. When I was much younger, I saw that t-shirt that says, hey, if you've got clothes, food, and water, thank a trucker. I didn't think much of it. Then I started to realize how a machine like this changed our world. Think about it. Your clothes, your food. Most of you guys have a list of crazy things that you've hauled that people wouldn't even think about. To me, that's pretty neat. Even when I was younger, I did sometimes wonder what's inside there. What's in that giant box going down the road behind that truck? What's on that covered wagon? What's in the back of the dump truck? Trucks just have totally changed the way the world works. When you're hauling something, you're part of that change. There is something about a truck engine that's just, it gives you this guttural response. I mean, when you know that there's essentially coffee cans for pistons flying around inside of there, and it's the explosion on top of those is what's turning the wheels, that's driving 80,000 pounds down the road. In fact, in a lot of cases, up the road. It's a wonderment. It's an amazing, it's a feat of technology, and it's a feat of technology that's been around for a very long time. Hearing those explosions, knowing the power that it's creating, just kind of, I don't think I need to explain that anymore. Liking trucks, wanting to be around trucks, kind of everything about trucks, the power, the responsibility, the shininess, the just all of it. It all culminates into one thing. just want to drive. But I guess I should probably do my closing stuff first, no? Yeah, let's talk about that. As I started to talk about this, I realized that there's just so many things that I really do love about trucks. And there's so many things that, in many ways, I can't even talk about because they're kind of intangible. It's that feel, it's that look, it's that just, it's a feeling. So maybe you guys are going to be able to do a better job of capturing that than I might be able to. So do me that favor, like I said before, make a small YouTube video on it. Give me 30 to 45 seconds of something that I can use, something that's going to bring this community together in terms of how and why we love trucks. I'm really excited about this project. I'm really excited for you guys to be involved with it. This, I think, is going to be something really great. Do me a favor on top of that. Get your friends involved with it. I'm always looking forward to hearing what other people have to say. Going on top of that, got a comment? Put it below. Like this? Give me the thumbs up. As always, stay safe out there, keep it rubber side down, and I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side. Which one do you think I should drive? Just going to sit here and think about it for a minute.